What might be that one
We
thing?
haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But
All the tiny wounds.
I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit
No.
in the back of the head.
No.
No. No.
No.
That isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
No. Mokuro's actual cause of death must have been the other ones.
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
The body, they're
It
old!
made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know.
You're wrong.
No, we know for a fact she had no wounds when she entered the school.
Denied me. Before I could even say anything.
Oh, I'm so over Toko.
Come on. I mean, you
Oh
think
my
I'm
god.
not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
You're so shit we're gonna deny you. Why bother saying it in the first place?
I wish there was a way we could kill Toko and Genocide Jack separately.
So, like, keep Genocide Jack, but...
Yeah, like, kill Toko, they'll be like, alright, switch over. It's like,
Well,
Genocide Jack clinging to life and then kill her.
You give her, like, a lobotomy.
And then kill Hero.
100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
No.
Are you finished?
Wrong.
No.
You didn't deny me this time, Z-Winesy. You made me go all cutesy.
Shut up.
Don't worry. There wasn't anything cute about it.
You shut up too.
No.
It's the last. It's the end of the game. Fucking over them.
No, it's wrong.
Annoying assholes.
No.
I'm so confused.
Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle.
About?
Just I don't know who it is, and I feel like it should be obvious, but I don't know where Junko lies into all this.
The file we found
That
in
body
the
has to be
headmaster's
Junko
room
because
said
she
as
died
much.
with all these tiny little wounds.
Yeah.
But then that doesn't make any sense. Because she didn't have a tattoo unless they tattooed her post-death. Which I suppose is possible. We don't really have any evidence of that.
No, because they get the tattoo when they're in the Fenrir group. And Mukuro was in Fenrir before.
Yeah, right, but like, if like this was an elaborate plan to try to make it look like it was Mukuro who died, they could have just tattooed it on their hand on a dead body.
I don't know
Then I
about
don't think it would have
When
healed.
she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely.
Shut up.
Actually, it's kind of refreshing.
She's gonna have like 40 more lines.
Because of all of Master's
I'm gonna say
training.
shut up the next 40 lines.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
The identity of the one who attacked me. I can't think of anyone else.
It's the mastermind.
Mish.
The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at? Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
No, there's no way Mukuro was the one that attacked me, even if I didn't see their face. Mukuro had a very obvious Fenrir tattoo. Comparing that to the masked attacker,
Never fucking have one.
it should be obvious. Stop the beat that fool.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe
Please
the
tell me no.
right foot?
Oh, right hand.
Okay.
Or perhaps the left foot? Or could it be the hips?
Did I get right foot? Motherfucker, I got right foot? You
never
piece
saw
of
their
shit.
face?
I'm telling you now, you're wrong. There's another part of the...
Oh? Is it the right hand or the left hand?
Maybe the... Or perhaps... Or could it be... the hip? You never saw it, so you can't have...
I'm telling you now, it...
Oh my god, that was close.
No, it's wrong. Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, you know, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so
Yeah.
it could have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Before anyone could say anything. Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burnt skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, It doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words that she said them. Then she put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. I'm
Oh, shit.
positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful! On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
To hide a body here. To just store it somewhere?
There's only one place. I can't think of anyone else that the body could have been stolen. The pool, actually! There was a dead body in the pool this entire time!
We froze the pool.
Hidden in the biolab.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
The proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden? There's something that made its way from the biolab to the garden!
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something.
It said biolab.
I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have
That's what she
surfaced with
said.
perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
You're a fucking liar.
So when the
no
killer
way.
moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
That's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Ah, what the fuck? God damn it, holy shit! God.
Now that the conversation
I realize
has turned to the
how
content
close
of
I
the
was.
biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous.
Lovely whiff. Some Febreze.
Yeah, this is our sponsor for today's episode, Febreze.
Is hidden within that room, isn't it?
Oh,
Are you talking about
it smells like
unmasking
it
the
smells like
mastermind?
quip. It smells like a quip.
Yeah, it's corpse scented.
You see, the biolab contained an
Didn't think.
inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
An inconsistency in the biolab? Could you be talking about?
La, 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 I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking about?
By the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
What?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
That's right. Someone ruined my couch.
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah. I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting closer to the truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The inconsistency has to be that one area where the numbers just don't match up. What doesn't match up?
How many people do we have left in this trial? Makoto, Ihina,
There's 6
Hiro.
people left.
6 people left. And then there's 9 bodies in the morgue, so there's one body not in there.
So there should be 10 bodies.
Yeah, there should be 10 bodies. Bro, it is so hot in here. What was it, like 85?
Probably.
My god, it is hot.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? That's impossible!
There we go. That was actually kind of difficult.
I'm not listening!
Oops! Okay, I messed up.
Are you sure about this?
Alright. This time I'll get it. Don't worry.
I'm not listening!
There it is.
This should
Jesus.
prove it.
So I have to work under pressure, you know?
Yeah.
My god.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
9 lights doesn't make sense. The number of lights that should be on is...
10.
I counted.
Yeah.
10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
That's right. The key to solving this mystery... Sayaka died first. Yeah. And then Junko was second. And you know what? Leon was third. Chihiro was 4th. Hey, and Mondo was 5th. And you know, Taka was 6th and Hifumi was 7th. This 11 Celeste was 8th. Sakura was 9th. And Mukuro was 10.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies than murders. The explanation for more murderers than victims. For more murders than victims. Why is that? What would it take for that to make sense?
Only 9 murders took place. Wait. Oh yeah.
But there are 10 bodies. 10 bodies.
Ooh. The same person was killed. What? Mastermind destroyed a body. No, it's not that. So what would it take for it to make sense that there were 9 bodies but 10 murders? That's the question?
Yeah.
Only 9 murders? I mean, for it to make sense, that means that less murders occurred.
Then where did this body come from?
Wait, what? Is this obvious?
Yes, because you literally said it!
The same person's... Wait. Okay, hold on. Sorry, hold on. We gotta reset here. Hold on. Let me recalibrate here. The question is, what would it take for it to make sense that there were 10 murders that occurred, but only 9 bodies?
Yes.
For that to be true, there would have had to have been 9 murders that took place, not 10.
Yeah, but what is this 10th murder? What did that have? Why is there 10 bodies? Why?
There's 10 bodies.
But there's only 9 lights. Oops, you ran out of time.
Shoot!
Unbelievable.
Simple things confuse me. Sorry.
You literally said this.
Yeah, I know. I know, but I overthink. So the same person was killed twice?
Okay.
I got it!
Okay.
What about if the same person was killed twice?
Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far. But one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that
Could easily have happened. No.
You literally said this
is what
entire
happened.
thing. Even in the last case, you said that somebody reused somebody's body.
Yes. Yeah, I know, but
Convinced. Then can you tell us
pressure,
who
it
was
gets to
killed
me.
twice?
I overthink.
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional. Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko
Yes.
Enoshima?
Oh, okay.
Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mando Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu whatever? Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered. No, it's wrong.
So excited that you got it back. Instead of going blind.
Junko.
Oh well.
Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
And the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... Yeah, what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive.
Nope,
She's gotta be.
not her. We already established
Total
this.
silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro? But can we really believe that? No, there's no way. There's no way Mukuro Ikusama is still alive. Why?
Because the tattoo.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, there we go.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Who the fuck is it? I'm so confused.
The body
It wasn't Mukuro.
No, that's wrong.
No, you fuck.
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Someone made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be.
Dude.
Who is the mastermind?
Are you fucking serious? We have to choose now?
Yep, who is it?
I don't feel like there's any evidence. How could anybody know? Okay, well, it's not anybody in this room. Because
Yeah, okay.
Monokuma is currently being controlled.
Yes.
Okay. Chihiro, no. Celeste... No, we watched her die. Leon, we watched him die. Hifumi, we watched... Yeah, we watched him die. Fumi's dead. Sayako's... This is the thing that hangs me up about Sayaka, is that she knew Makoto before. That's the only thing that's kind of odd, is that... And like, first one dead...
Yeah.
But we watched her die. We watched Taka die. We know Junko's dead. We know Sakura's dead. And we know Mondo's dead. What the fuck?
we didn't see Junko die. Who did we see die instead? What did they just say?
Oh. Wait, what?
Who did they just say was impaled by those spears?
Mukuro.
Yeah. So
But I
that
don't...
was Mukuro's cause of death.
So then, okay, so then... But what with the tattoo? We know that Junko didn't have the tattoo, so Junko couldn't have been Mukuro. Correct?
Yeah, but...
You're saying that who the real mastermind is actually the person with the Fenrir tattoo? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that that's what they said.
That's
is that
what
the
they're
mastermind is... Oops.
Shit.
What they said is that the mastermind is still alive.
Yes.
Who is still alive?
Who is still alive? Oh my god. So it's okay, so we're supposed to believe it's Junko?
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
The tattoo thing has such an
sure
obvious
about
answer.
that?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know how you're not even
I admit,
thinking that
since
there's a
Mukuro is
possibility that
undoubtedly dead,
about the tattoo.
Junko does
you know?
seem to be the only other
Thanks, Darren.
explanation.
You're such a nice guy.
Yeah, I know.
But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it, I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for the pulse like they do in movies and stuff, but really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. It was gone. I did check, absolutely, and I can say for sure
She was dead.
I'm not a medical
There's no
professional.
question. Junko was
I don't
dead.
even know where the pulse is.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Huh?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? I'm gonna find out in
The next
This is
episode.
watching this episode. Take it up, like, subscribe, the bell, notify time to be up, which is
Have a good day.